The other added thing to take note of course, is that this is a bit of a marathon for MaxPax. He just played an entire, you know, I think it was like a 6-7 hour tournament, and now he's going into another one. So does he have the stamina to keep going? That's something else to bear in mind.
I believe in the Prince.
Oh, Prince is from Korea.
Yeah.
Believe in him too.
Watch him win GSL as we get into stargazers, which, fun fact, I found out is the name of a species of fish.
Ah.
We are in the top left-hand corner of map, spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner. We have the blue Protoss player himself, hailing from the land of Denmark, representing Storm Gaming PSG. He is MaxPax.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Stargazers, we have the South Korean Terran player representing Storm Gaming. It is GuMiho. And is there a reason why you said Shu instead of Star?
It's been in my head, yeah. I've been listening to a lot of shoegaze.
What? Okay. See, I thought you were gonna say like Stargazers. I just found out is a brand of shoe. I thought that's like why it was jumbled up, but no, it was something else entirely. I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
I slept before house last night.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm mixing up my genres. No, wait, Stargazer isn't a genre. It's a fish.
It's a fish. There you go.
It's a fish.
It's all good, Bobby. It's all good. Very fitting, you know, because we are under. I think, are we under the water on Stargazers?
I don't think so, but yeah, because you can see there's like a lake by the bridge.
Yeah, okay. Above
there's water.
Oof. Yes, we are.
It's like an island.
We are somewhere here in space among the stars, and I'm really excited to see how this is all going to play out, especially on a map like this. Of course, Stargazers was vetoed in the series against Clem. We didn't get to see too much of Stargazers at all this past week, so yeah, for it to get through the veto process here, you know, Koreans are just built a little bit different. That's why I love casting ESL Open Cup Asia, because they just aren't afraid to play on some of these more niche maps.
Yeah, they like to get real weird over in Korea.
Oh yeah, and speaking of weird, we do see MaxPax actually going for a proxy gateway across the map.
Yeah, he did this a lot against
oh my
Clem,
God.
I believe it was.
Uh-huh.
And GuMiho has not been able to scout this. This actually...
Mate.
Looks pretty normal, honestly.
Mate, is this a build order win? GuMiho went for a Rax expand into a third CC before anything else.
I think this is just a... Yep. 3 Raxes are on the way. I mean, maybe it's still possible for GuMiho to defend. I mean, thankfully for GuMiho, he didn't go for the natural expansion just yet. If he catches on early enough, he can throw down a bunker.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to defend this and keep it going, but so far he just has not been able to get into MaxPax's base. He doesn't know what's up.
He hasn't been able to scout the main base at all. Like, this is what I love about GuMiho. Like, we saw it earlier, and we didn't really get to like freak out too much about it, but he went for a 2-on-1 in a TBT against Baby Marine, and even here he goes for a 3cc into a 3 Rax. Very greedy play coming out from GuMiho. You can get away with it on Stargazers because of this pocket, but the punish could be very real because MaxPax, he has his 3 gateways up and running, and he already has the Stalkers moving out across the map.
Yeah, he's getting Blink right now, but he might not even need it, honestly. He just has so much firepower with it on him.
Yeah, and so because of this, there's no defensive tank, there's no Banshee, there's no Raven, there's no Cyclone or anything like that. We have vanilla Marines, and Stalkers can kite them for days. Boys have to be pulled.
Boys have to be pulled, and boys will end up going down. Okay, not just yet, but you wait. You mark my words. Boys are going to go down. A couple of Marauders are now coming up. Concussive Shell is being researched, so that gives GuMiho a lot of... that gives GuMiho more of a fighting chance here, and since he did finish up that 3rd CC, he can't afford to lose a couple of SCVs in the defense.
True, and there we go. Across the map, he even gets 2 probe kills with this Reaper. We do see once again MaxPax trying to force himself up this ramp. With the help of these Marauders, GuMiho, he actually is, he's actually holding. He's actually getting away with this.
Wow. Okay, we might have a game on our hands.
Oh boy, yeah, the real question is how many Marines are we going to lose? Are we going to bleed out here? Because Blink is on the horizon. Oh my god.
A little bit of an unfortunate pathing going on there for MaxPax, but yeah, like you said, Blink is on the horizon. He has been able to keep the majority of his Stalkers alive, only losing 2 of them so far. And once he's able to blink on top of these Marauders, I mean, I don't think GuMiho will have a response.
Yeah, Stim is on the way, though. It's like 10 to 15 seconds away from finishing up. So until that happens, MaxPax has a little bit more free reign here. Concussive Shell is done. The Marauders are trying to focus on as many of these Stalkers as possible. And
they kind of are. GuMiho still needs to be a little bit careful. His bio army has been thinned out significantly. A lot of his Marauders are a lot weaker now. But it looks like he's been able to defend.
Kind of. Blink is done. MaxPax has the watchtower. He can blink straight into the natural, into the pocket.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Oh my god, and the army has to rotate back over as well. Again, we still don't really have any factory production right now. There are no tanks to hold the line. 1 Stalker is going to be going down, but only 1.
Yeah, some very good micro coming out from MaxPax here. And as the army rotates around to the pocket in the main base, MaxPax notices you cannot split your Bioforce effectively.
Yeah.
I'm going to warp in once again and just try to pick you apart. He's actually going for the reactor instead of the tech lab?
I mean, he's going to be able to get the depot, and it just isn't enough bio. Without the support of tanks, there's just no way to really, or even bunkers, there's no way to hold the line here. You can see just how efficiently MaxPax is trading.
GG is called, and MaxPax will take the first game here. I'm definitely very impressed coming into this. I mean, it was always going to be tough here, I think, for GuMiho to be able to defend that. But the fact that he seemed to go out of his way to avoid tank production couldn't have helped at all.
He was very stubborn with his plan. He's like, I'm gonna open up greedy. I'm gonna go 3 racks, and even behind that, I don't know if you saw, he threw down 2 more racks. He was going 5 racks on 2 bases.
He was.
And he did make a factory, but he was only making it for add-ons because he was add-on switching to get medevacs with his starport. He really wanted to make the mass bio style work.
Like, I don't need to defend. The best defense is and great offense. And MaxPax said, "That's a good idea. I'll implement that."
Yeah, I like, again, this is what I love about GuMiho, and sometimes some of his builds or some of his plans don't come to fruition. When they do, it looks amazing. It looks beautiful. Unfortunately, like, he just happened to have gone for a certain opener that leaves him vulnerable in the early game, and MaxPax had happened to open up with the 3 gate.
Yeah, I call it the patience paradox.
Yeah, you know what? I think I can get behind that. GuMiho is the Terran patience a little bit.
There we go. Yeah.
I say a little bit because GuMiho, he succeeds more often than he fails compared to patience.
He is a GSL champion.
He is a GSL champion, and patience is not.
Patience won home Surrey Cup.
True. Basically a GSL, mate. Basically. Yeah. Here we go. GG. We're going to be getting into game number 2. What does GuMiho have in store for us this game?
Hopefully it's something that involves factory production.
Hopefully.
All right. As we jump on into Moondance, very astrological themed maps here.
Sure.
We're in the top left-hand corner map, starting all the way in that top left-hand corner. We of course have our blue Protoss player coming down from the land of Denmark. He's actually the Prince of Denmark. It's my headcanon. Representing Storm Gaming PSG, he is MaxPax.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of a Moondance, we have his opponent. Oh my god,
Ooh.
going for a hidden proxy in the pocket base. Representing Storm Gaming, the South Korean Terran, it is GuMiho.
He is mad.
Oh boy, he's gonna be MaxPaxing MaxPax. Oh my god, as if you recall, I remember a time when MaxPax he was one of the players that really was all about abusing this area with the proxy Stargates.
Yeah, proxy Stargate. Before that, he was doing like proxy zealots to just get on top of his opponents. Eventually, somewhere along the line, he realized, wait a minute, I actually know how to macro. But yeah, and ever since then, he's been much more of a well-rounded player. But I still yearn for the day where MaxPax will sort of go full degen. He's almost there now, staying up so late.
He is almost there now, and speaking of being almost there, GuMiho, I imagine, is going to be going for the bunker as well. We've seen this rise in popularity. I think both of us recasted this quite a bit from Clem as well in the ESL EU Cup, where you go for the 1 proxy racks for Reaper, you keep the SCV hidden, and then you go for the bunker in the natural base to just deny as much economic damages deal as much economic damage as possible. But MaxPax was very quick to make that zealot. Oh my god.
Very, very quick. Yeah, the bunker doesn't even finish up here. And GuMiho suddenly in way more trouble than he already was in.
Yeah, this suddenly makes this not so much worth it here. The Reaper on very low HP, and this bunker is never going to finish. So, yeah, MaxPax, he doesn't even have to make that shield battery. Yeah, forced to cancel.
Like so. And we've seen this build. I mean, when it succeeds, it does quite a bit, but when it fails, it puts you so far behind. Once again, ties back into the narrative we've spun here about GuMiho.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is a little bit more meta, to be fair, and less out there, but regardless, right now he has 0 racks production, so he's not going to have any additional Reapers for any kind of map control or map vision. His first Reaper is going toe-to-toe with a Stalker as we speak. Cyclone is on the way, but we can see it's still a ways off, so MaxPax, he can get in range. He can delay the CC.
Like so.
Ugh.
He's actually even in range of
yeah.
this other SCV that's building the barracks.
A little bit brutal here. We do have a Reaper across the map that's dealing some counter damage. 2 probes have gone down. So again, GuMiho isn't going to be taking this lying down. The Cyclone finally comes out. With the help of this Cyclone, GuMiho will be able to finally expand and at least finish up this CC. But he has been slowed down quite a bit.
Yeah, we can already see. I mean, he's struggling to get his own tech. He is still going for a little bit of a 2-1 by the looks of things. Yeah, continuing Cyclone production. I imagine he's going to be getting some Marines, and he'll be looking to deal some counter damage across the map.
Yeah, this is very interesting. He's working on an NG Bay for +1. He's getting his 3rd racks up and running here. Is delaying his starport by quite a bit. Especially because he committed to making 2 Cyclones and a tank as well. So he's being very safe.
So safe. Unnecessarily safe, arguably. But, again, I can't say I really blame him for that. Really good micro coming out from these Cyclones, able to take out both Stalkers without losing any of his own units. And just like that, GuMiho, he's back in this. He can actually expand.
He can actually expand. He's quite far behind worker-wise, as we can see, just because of how long he was contained, but at least he is contained no longer. We have a starport on the way. I imagine we're going to be getting a medevac out as soon as possible. I say medevac just because when we have 2 Cyclones like this, usually we want to be a little bit aggressive and we want to be in the face of the Protoss, but yeah, we'll see if he goes for that or if he goes for an add-on and gets, say, a safety Raven.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a terrible idea. Just to prevent any DTs from really securing the victory here for MaxPax. Speaking of MaxPax, we can see he isn't going for DTs, but he's still looking to be aggressive with his Blink. Warp Prism finished up a little while ago, and it is zooming its way across the map.
Oh yeah, here we go. MaxPax is making his way across the map. We have 4 gateways done, by the way, so 4 gate Blink Stalker, very aggressive. Unfortunately, we only have a single tank. And it's on the low ground at the natural. It's not covering the main.
Not at Oh, MaxPax able to blink right on in. Cyclones are going to want to get on top of this Warp Prism, but it is so far behind. MaxPax really making full use of his opponent's SimCity.
Well, once again, GuMiho is being punished for only making one tank. Usually we get two, one for the main and one for the natural, and just like that, the Blink Micro is just too good.
Yeah, the Blink Micro in conjunction with the juggling. GuMiho has just lost 18 SCVs. He was already behind, I think something like 7 or 8, but now GG is called. MaxPax, the ESL EU champion, will advance, will defeat GuMiho 2-0. Once again, proving that he has somebody clean. Well, okay, that wasn't really clean. That was dirty. That was downright dirty, but one of the most effective PvTs out there.
Definitely. I'm really impressed with how MaxPax was able to pull this off. Because they're teammates, I imagine he's also very familiar with GuMiho's responses, and GuMiho was cutting quite some corners there. Or I don't know if I want to say cutting some corners, but like because he went for the double cyclone, like he had already like used up a lot of factory production there. He went for the one tank, didn't go for the second. He was again using his factory for add-on production to get into his starport, to get into, I think he wanted to get into a faster drop play, and he was punished so hard for that with those Blink Stalkers. Like, just very good decision making there by MaxPax.
Yeah, incredibly well. Fortunately, can't quite say the same for GuMiho here. It's so weird seeing GuMiho specifically do everything he can to avoid making tanks.
Yeah, it's just his style, you know. He wants to be in your face. He wants, like, going back to, like, say for example the Stargazers map. I want to kind of like give GuMiho a little bit of credit, because the build that he was going for, I think that he was hoping that, because he never scattered across the map, if you remember, because he didn't go for a Reaper. He was hoping for MaxPax to open up Stargate on Stargazers, which makes sense. It's quite common, you know, because of the short rush distance by air. You know, going into Oracles or going to Phoenixes is quite common, and you can get away with only Marines and trying to expand as quickly as possible. But you know, GuMiho, he's a bit of a gambler. He takes a lot of risks, and sometimes they don't work out.
Yeah, unfortunately not, as we just witnessed.
And now we're going to be leaving these players for a little bit of a break. MaxPax advances onto a semi-finals match, and we will be casting his semis match soon. But for the time being, we're going to the other portion of the bracket, the upper semi-finals match, a match between Dark and Cure.
Ooh.